Good morning everyone, welcome to this week's video. It's been a couple of weeks now since I uploaded another video, so apologies. But this morning I've come down to the entrance channel here and I've picked out some compositions. And we're moving towards that time of year when we're getting some really nice high cloud and some lovely cool mornings and some really nice sunrises and sunsets. So I've come down here to do a sunrise shoot this morning. This is my first shoot back after my 2-week road trip to Victoria, and if you haven't seen those videos, I'll leave a link down below or in the window up above. Go out and check out some of that autumn colour that I shot down in Victoria. It really was 2 amazing weeks down there shooting the autumn colour. But this morning here it's still probably about 40 minutes before sunrise, so I'm going to get myself set up here and shoot some long exposures in the pre-dawn light and capture some of this gorgeous sky that looks like it's going to appear this morning. I'll go back, get my camera gear set up, and when it gets a little bit lighter I'll come back and talk to you some more. Well, what a morning I'm having here so far. We've got this beautiful cloud formation on the horizon and it's just exploding in the pre-dawn colour. We've got some really deep reds and oranges. What I've done is I managed to come along the channel here on the edge of it here and find some flood debris. And there's an old log here laying on the edge of the bank, and it makes a perfect foreground interest for this shot to draw the viewer's eye into the shot. So I've got the log down in the foreground and then that leads the viewer's eye out to this stunning sunrise that we're getting this morning. I don't want to miss this light. I'm going to keep shooting now in case it disappears and move around and look for some more compositions. But so far a fantastic start here this morning. I've just changed my composition now, going for a vertical composition, and I'm using the limbs of this tree leading out to the sunrise, and I've taken a shot and I'm really happy with the sky, but the foreground is quite dark, so I might take another shot for the foreground, expose that a little bit longer so I can pick up some of those really deep shadows. It's still probably a half an hour before sunrise, so it's still really dark here. It's obviously really difficult for you to pick this sunrise up in the pre-dawn light, but we've got some really nice high cloud on the horizon that's starting to illuminate. We've got a bit of a gap on the horizon looking up towards Nora Head Lighthouse, and we've got this beautiful tree in the foreground here that's just working perfectly. And that's one thing about wide angle lenses and foregrounds, the two of them go hand in hand. If you've got a wide angle lens and you're shooting wide, it's really important to try and create some foreground interest, to be able to try and grab a hold of the viewer and as an anchor grab their eye and then lead them through the shot. I'm shooting at about 18mm at the moment, so I'm quite wide, and this tree, this flooded tree that's on the foreground here, is just working perfectly along with a really nicely illuminated sky. I'm going to move around the foreground here, see if I can pick out some more compositions. Starting to get a little bit lighter now, the colours starting to appear, and that always happens. We get that beautiful deep red colours in the pre-dawn light, and then as we move towards sunrise the sky starts to back off a little bit, but I'm expecting to get some really pink colour right on sunrise. I have been shooting in the pre-dawn light here this morning and getting some long exposures. Obviously I've had no filters on the front of the camera, and I'm just using the darkness of the sky to be enable to me to have some really long shutter speeds. I've been shooting at around f8, f9 and achieving shutter speeds of around 40 and 50 seconds. Starting to get a little bit more colour just starting to appear here now. I'm in 2 minds whether to sit on this composition that I'm really happy with. I've already got some really nice shots of this, so I think I'll just move around a little bit more as we come towards sunrise and see if I can pick out some other composition. Just a beautiful morning here now, and I've moved up and I've got another composition. I've got all these rocks in my foreground again, and I'm just looking down on the rocks in the foreground here, focusing on them, looking up, straight up across the ocean towards the lighthouse. And we've got some really nice colours starting to illuminate. Just a beautiful morning here, nice soft pastel colours, no wind whatsoever, dead still and lovely cool morning. I'm going to take a couple of shots here, and I've just spotted some really nice green mossy rocks over here, so I'm going to go across and see if I can capture some of that green moss in my foreground, because again I think that strong foreground interest will really make the shot against the colour of the sky. This is that critical moment when we've got the sun just starting to appear on the horizon, And as I thought it would, all that grey cloud now is really starting to take on some beautiful pink colour. And the composition I've got a vertical composition with this really dramatic sky and then this lovely rock formations in the foreground. A stunning morning here now, colour illuminating right along the foreshore here. Just an absolute cracker of a morning. I'm almost tempted to try and do a panorama here and try and capture some of this beautiful light, but I think it's going to be too late now to stop and change. But what a spectacular sky. Just going to try one more shot here along the foreground, see how that comes out. Try and capture some of this beautiful green mossy rocks here. But yeah, stunning morning nonetheless. I'm going to go for a horizontal composition now. I've got quite a few vertical shots, so I'm happy with those. And I'm just gonna, make sure my camera's locked onto my tripod and go for a horizontal shot. Sun's just starting to get a little bit harsh now. So much of this beautiful green mossy rock here looks absolutely beautiful with the pink colour of the sky behind it. And so many compositions available this morning. It's just been one of those mornings where you're just gifted with beautiful light and compositions all over the place. See if I can grab a shot of guys going out on their jet skis there. What a morning, sun just coming across the horizon now. And I've got a couple of last compositions here for this morning picked out. We've got the sun just cresting the horizon now. It's not going to be long now before it gets a little bit too harsh, but I've already got a couple of compositions in the bag that I'm happy about this morning, and just so nice to come somewhere close to home and be able to shoot and get it conditions like we've got this morning. Well, sunrise has been and gone and we've still got some beautiful light on the horizon. I'm just going to wait just until the sun comes across the horizon completely and see if I can get any illumination in these rocks along the foreground here. But I have to be happy with what I've got here this morning. It's just been a stunning morning here at the channel. The sand on the edge of the channel here is really hard and really well compacted, so it made it easy to walk around and pick out some really nice foreground interests. And obviously the low tide's really made for a spectacular foreground. But just a great morning to be out. It just goes to show how fickle the light can be, and in landscape photography you really have to jump in and grab the light when it's happening. It's not 10 minutes later and that sun and all that beautiful colour now has been snuffed out by the cloud and we've just got flat grey skies. So one of my best tips is to make sure you get in and capture that beautiful light while it's happening. It's fleeting, sometimes it doesn't last long, and as proven this morning, it can disappear in a heartbeat. Well, what a morning. As quickly as the light came this morning and we had some beautiful light, it disappeared really quickly as soon as that grey cloud came across and just snuffed out all that pink colour. But nevertheless, it was spectacular. I didn't expect anything like it. Guys, you know what to do. If you've enjoyed this video, go down below, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload my next video. Comments or questions, leave them below. I'll always try and respond. Hopefully I'll be around shooting some more landscapes soon. I'll see you then.